So we're here starting at the Karlstad Marina, where I had a very nice time in town and on the lake. And to get back into the racing mood, so here are the current standings in our Swedish Audi TT Cup Championship. And since I won the first race, I'm leading. And you can then see my other competitors over there. So next round will take place at a track called Gellerasen in the town of Karlskoga, which is not too far from here. So it's just a short hop to there. And the track is being run on the short configuration of Gellerasen. And the lap time will be even shorter than it was in Falkenberg, so even more frantic and even more cars fighting for the same real estate. And I also think overtaking will be even more difficult. So yeah, I'm hoping that I can, on the one hand, replicate my good qualifying position that I had in Falkenberg here as well, and also that I don't fluff the start again, so that I can hopefully then stay out of trouble and yeah, at least stay ahead of the main competitors. So because with laps this short, it's basically probably down to luck and also getting a clean lap during qualifying, because I don't think there will be much variation in terms of lap times, whether you are first or 10th or at the back. So overall, this is, I think, something where you can highly look forward to, and it will be a very exciting and intense race. I for once can't wait to get back into real life racing, and yeah, let's see what the next days will bring. So here I'm now entering, well, not the highway, but yeah, here is probably more of a highway actually towards Karlskoga, and the bumpy a drive that's very long. So then all that's left to say for me is now, see you on track. So now onto the track. So first a quick tour. So a very short start and finish straight. You have to brake basically right after the start finish straight. Then this is flat, although it isn't straight. Then a bit of nasty left kink. It's easy to get here too much on the inside and get a cutting warning. You stay on the outside here. Turn in, and there's a rather fast and long right-hander, and that's already the start-finish straight again. So a very, very, very short lap. And so here you can see you improve my lap time a little bit. Still not really gotten to grips with this track in this session.
Car right, clear right.
So first parts look decent. This one was okay. I got wide in the last corner last time around, so here's then the idea to get a better entry and a better exit, and that's working.
Fastest lap for offer, 33.33.
So at least in the midfield. And from now on, unfortunately, my lap time didn't really improve anymore, only a few hundredths at some point. So I went back into the pits. Let the tires cool down a bit, and then try it again towards the end of the session. So you see now I'm down to second to last, and very, very little difference between the cars, which is so easy to get when your lap time is 33.5 seconds or less. So first attempt again looks very similar to what I had previously.
You were 10th off the pace in sector 2.
So again, it doesn't make a difference.
That puts you 0.40.
Now with a bit more gusto into the first corner, it doesn't really fit the gearing in this, because you always end up with 2 little revs in second, but if you use third you can't get around the corner. But this one was pretty decent. Lost a tiny bit here, but still good exit. and then
Okay,
at
Andy,
least that
5
I can
minutes to go,
get
5
away
minutes left.
from the second to last place, from the last row. And where will I end up?
Your right sides are cold.
This was also pretty good.
E9, that's your quickest lap
So
in
at
this
least
session.
midfield.
You're now 0.24 off
And a
the
personal
pace.
best
Sector 1 time's
nonetheless,
okay.
so
Sector 2's
yeah,
2
really
tenths off the
everything came
pace.
together.
Sector 3 time is fast.
What I should have done
Temperatures
is
are
get
okay.
into the pits earlier, because what happened was that my left front tire was too hot, and instead of trying to get a lap time out of it that it wasn't possible, should have used fresh tires. So if you look at the top guys, they are mainly different ones compared to those last time, so that's why it isn't the end of the world that I'm stuck in the midfield. But as you can also see from the track, it won't be the easiest one to overtake. So then let's get into the race.
15 minutes.
So I'm trying not to rev that high to get a better start
Get
this
ready.
time. Keep it below red line.
Let's go.
It's not ideal, but it's not as bad as last time.
3 wide, you're on the right. Still there.
And here, these short start-finish straight comes to my rescue
Yellow
while
flag.
they, in the
Hold
front,
your line, clear
decide
left.
to play billiard.
Green flag, you're clear.
Wasn't that bad, this short start-finish straight,
On your
because
right.
then it wasn't that terrible that I fluffed it sort of
Hold your
again.
line, clear right.
So 9th, or at least gained 2 places since 2 people
Push to pass
wanted
is
to
available.
go into the
15
Swedish scenery.
Activations left.
To push to pass, of course, so to make hay while the sun shines in the first lap.
E9.
Left side. 3 wide, you're on the right.
Yeah, 3 wide doesn't
Hold
work
your
for
line.
here. And if
Clear
you
left.
are persistent, you can stay around the outside, because the next turns are always the other way. So once on the inside means outside for the next turn, and so that makes it
Stewards
very
and
hard
orders
to
for
get a
clear
good
track.
position.
Keep it between the white lines. Okay, push to
Right side, clear right.
So push to pass again, of course. At least to keep up and see what else is possible.
The leader's just done a 34.33.
Right through the middle.
On your right.
That's
You're
what
in the
my
middle,
best
clear
overtake in
right,
this race.
clear all round.
One you don't do all day. Not through the outside, not through the inside. No, right through the middle, and pretty clean at that. And then already a bit of a gap to the guy in 6th. So that was at the right time, so that I can at least don't lose hold of the
Push to pass is now available.
group ahead.
13. Activations left. E7.
And they're all fighting each other, and that of course slows you down, and that's something we've seen also at the last race. That then the guys from 3rd to 7th were fighting each other, and so I don't have that much trouble catching up. But it's not obvious there who's slowest necessarily. I'm saving my pushes to pass because you have a lot of laps here in these 15
You do all the work. Focus on your
minutes.
exits. You've just done a 33.59.
And I didn't want to waste
Guy
them
behind has just done
all
a
at the start.
33.69.
Also to get a feel where these are strong, where these are weak.
Your left front is hot.
And we also get into the issue of tires, as you've heard.
Yellow flag.
The left front doesn't have any time
Green flag, you're
to
clear.
calm down, so you have to work the
That
temperature.
lap was a 33.71.
So some always seem to take the outside line, others the inside, so you can't really predict how they enter the first corner, which is essentially the only overtaking opportunity. No way of getting past anywhere here,
Yellow flag.
especially as long as they are hugging the inside reasonably well.
Clear of the incident. Green flag.
Again, this is not near enough to try and push and pass. And I have to work on my exit for the last corner.
Car right.
I'm on the outside
right.
more so that I don't crash into them, and not so much because I want to overtake them around the outside. That's basically impossible. It's very unusual to have to brake that early after going past the start-finish straight, so I always had to actively remind myself to brake early enough.
Sector 1 is clear.
So things have seemed to have settled down.
Alright Andy, stay close. Wait for him to make a mistake. Sector 1 is 0.
I'm not getting anywhere near her, but they're also not driving away, and I'm also driving within myself.
E7.
And yeah, bouncing from the left to the right. So it's always easy to get this kind of cutting warning here, but yeah, no big deal. This looks good, so push to pass is active.
Car left.
Oh, that
Left
was a
side.
bit
You're
optimistic,
on the
but
right,
no
3
harm
wide.
done.
Left
Lindholm can
side.
continue.
Clear left.
Keep that name in mind. And I passed again two cars, so I'm up to 5th. That's the power of push to pass, even on this short straight.
10 minutes remaining, 10 minutes. Push to pass is available, 12. Activations remaining.
Bit of a gap behind, because they were sort of spooked by what had happened.
Alright Andy, hold your nerve, just keep it smooth, no mistakes. P5.
And now Lindholm is working his way past Muller. He's trying to. So staying side by side here can be advantageous, and yeah, Lindholm does it.
Car left. Clear left.
The next car is Muller.
So when he's now moving down, then seems to be one of the slower guys, and again push to pass, since they got a pretty bad exit here.
On your left. Hold your line. Still there.
Yeah, and there he stayed on the outside when he shouldn't have,
Well
in the
done,
grass.
good
That
pass.
doesn't work, and the track isn't hardly wide enough for one car, let alone two at this point.
On your left.
So
Still
up to
there.
4th.
Clear left.
Push to pass.
Right side. Clear right.
Yeah, that what he tried behind didn't work, and now he doesn't have a good exit.
P4, your last lap time was at 34.43.
And as you can see, as soon as they are fighting,
Car
I'm
right. Clear
now
right.
back into their trunks. But
On
no
your right,
easy way,
clear
of
right.
course, to overtake from the second row. And Meaden behind me doesn't let go either. So terrible exit from the guys in front, so push to pass.
Green flag in sector 3, green flag sector 2. The incident's clear, green flag.
But no, since they are also
Left side.
side by side, there is no space, 3
You're on the
wides,
right,
and
3
Lindholm is
wide,
brave,
clear left.
takes all 3 of us. So he certainly didn't take any damage, and I guess this wins the best overtake maneuver of the race, going from behind 4th to
Just have a
1st.
warning for cutting the track. Yellow flag, okay. Push to pass is now available. 10. Activations left.
Okay, now Nielsen gets a bad exit. Push to pass,
Green flag in
trying, but
sector
since
2.
they are side by side, I can't go anywhere. And again, 3 cars don't
Car
fit,
left.
and
You're on
here
the
I sort of
right,
chicken
3
out.
wide.
But I don't have to
Still
take the
there.
huge risks at
Clear
the
left.
moment, because
Okay, Andy,
from the
that's half
top
the
3,
distance.
only
Fuel levels are fine.
Bredalo was near the top in the previous
Right,
race.
The guy ahead of us is
So
Nielsen.
as long as I stayed here and stayed safe, then this would work in my favor. And now driving at, I
Push to
don't know,
pass is available.
90,
9.
95%
Activations
would be perfectly fine, and don't have to force my way to the front to stay ahead in the championship. So that's also something I cannot think about.
Car right.
And that
Clear
includes letting someone through if they dive bomb you. I actually didn't see him. They came out of nowhere and did an excellent job. Can I get him back?
The car ahead is Meyer. Your left front tyre's really
And
hot.
yeah, you can again hear a bit disadvantaged with a very hot left front tire, especially hampering the exit from the last
Keep your
corner.
exit speeds up, P5.
Because these next 2 corners are flat all the time. That doesn't really matter. The next one is a left hand corner, so that the left front doesn't have much work to do. Just the last corner, that's the one very much influenced by the state of the left front tire.
Clear left.
Okay, Andy, you've got 10 minutes of fuel remaining. Your left front's hot.
And I can't really take the foot off the gas here, because otherwise Meaden would be all over me. So I have to nurse my hot tire.
On your right.
And let the guys in front do whatever they
Clear
want.
right. Car right. Hold your line. Clear right.
And Meaden nevertheless got through.
Come on, don't let him get away.
But again, I'm now extra cautious. I don't
Car in
need
front
to
of us
defend
is Meaden.
like a
You've got
madman.
half your fuel left.
This almost is a bit of an endurance race if you look at the number of laps and what can happen each lap, instead of that you have just 15
V6.
minutes. Because at least to me at this point, this didn't feel like this was just 10 minutes of racing. This felt much longer. So I apply a bit of an endurance mindset to this,
5 minutes remaining, 5 minutes left.
given the championship position, also the frantic nature and the very short laps. So he's trying to push the pass again, since now I can use them a bit more liberally with the race coming to the close in the last
Right
third.
side. Clear right.
So he's trying to stay with them and then maybe get into a good position at the end of the lap.
Lindholm is leading the race.
So the top two are also fighting nicely. The third and fourth are fighting nicely. Going to do the same with the fifth.
8 activations left.
Push the pass again. Doesn't look too bad.
On your left. Hold your line. Still there.
So here I guess we see at work that the next corner is
Clear left.
sort of going into the wrong direction.
On your left.
I'm on the outside, but I
Hold your line.
can hold it again, and
Clear
this
left.
is then how you can pass, even if you're not massively faster.
Okay, push to pass is now available. 7 activations
But that
left.
also requires cooperation from both sides. Now not push to pass, but
Sector 2
push
is
to
yellow.
stay ahead.
P5, gap to Meaden. Ahead is now 0.6.
So I can slightly pull away from Nielsen, and yeah, the
Okay, Andy, hold your nerve, just keep
Top
it smooth,
4.
no mistakes.
are heavily engaged. And Maya, who dive bombed me earlier, is now leading, so he was way faster.
Okay, push to pass is now available. 6 activations remaining.
But yeah, simply from the overall pace, it doesn't seem I'm making much headway to the top 4. They have to
That lap
seem to
time
have
was
settled,
33.64.
or not. But at least I'm not under real pressure from Nielsen behind either. Again, endurance mindset. 5th place, with only Bredalo at the top,
Your left front tyres are
having
really
been
hot.
at the top in the last race. And the names behind it. I think Hofbauer also was there. He's now here down in 8th. So yeah, no real danger on the horizon here. The only danger is to brake too late and then crash into those fighting in the first corner. And again, this was
Right
more
side.
of
Clear right.
I brake normally, they braked earlier, and that's why I went alongside, and not because there was any attempt in any
Just 2
way
minutes
to
left, 2
try and
minutes to
overtake the
go.
maneuver, especially in that kink almost. And also, I'm happy when Meaden passes Bredalo, because then he takes more points off him. So that was one more reason to leave it alone. And yes, perfect.
guy
So
ahead is
less points for Bredalo means I lose less points compared to him. 1 place ahead is certainly manageable. So now, almost last minute, so now I can basically use I pushed to pass every lap.
Your lap time was 33.92.
Used almost all of them, so that was sensible not to burn through them early on.
Okay, Andy. 5 minutes of fuel remaining. 5 minutes. Push to pass is now available. 5 activations left. P5. Push to pass is available. 4 activations left.
So normally when you look at this time, the remaining session time, you would say the race is over, but this actually here means one more lap.
33.51. We're matching race pace. One more lap to go. That last lap was at 33.51.
And now Lindholm is back in the lead, so certainly no harm done by almost torpedoing him inadvertently earlier. And Meaden is now gone up to second.
Push to pass is now available. 3 activations left.
So that was, yeah, not
Well done,
brilliant,
good
but not
finish.
too bad either.
Left side.
And definitely frantic, but also definitely fun. And it was started almost being routine at this point, me being in a race and thinking the things I've been normally thinking on the computer during sim racing, now doing the same in real life. And here are the overall points. Yep, so still leading, and Lindholm with his win in second place. So well done, welcome. And that race was wild and frantic, if there ever was one, right? I mean, that's what you get when one lap takes less than 35 seconds. And yeah, as you saw, I struggled a bit initially, getting a good qualifying time, but then yeah, in the race, could fight tooth and nail to advance to 5th. And the saving grace is, of course, that the only one in the top group that can pose a danger to me in terms of point standings is Bredalo, and is still 3rd in the championship, and the winner this time. Lindholm had no points last time, so he's now 2nd, and I'm basically the only one there at the top, having had 2 solid results. So yeah, looking good for the 3rd and final race, and that's now where I'm making my way towards. So it's in the south, Mantorp Park, rather close to Linköping. But again, I can take my time here getting there, because it's a full week between races, of course, so I can have take more time to see more of the wonderful Swedish countryside. And I think I'll give you an update once I arrive in Linköping. So I'm getting now close to Linköping, and one thing I'm highly looking forward to is spending a night in a proper bed. So I opted and splurged for a hotel instead of living day in, day out in my camper van. So one thing I've learned over the past 2 weeks and a bit, that I'm not really cut out for the van life. But yeah, I guess that's another useful experience I'm getting from this first racing trip. As I said in one of the previous episodes, it's the only chance that I can sustain myself here. Oh, what's happened there? That's the car burning. Wow. Well, anyway, yeah, it's the only way I can sustain myself here over this duration. But yeah, a nice sort of proper room will be a good refreshing thing for a change. So these are now the outskirts of Linköping. So then all that's left for me to say is see you on track.